Patrick Mahomes has spent nearly $500 million in ways you never expect. From his ridiculous car collection and his multi-million-dollar estate with an NFL-sized football field to a purchase so crazy the police got involved. But that's just to name a few, because he even bought things that aren't even from this planet, like a museum from the metaverse. Welcome to the Museum of Mahomes. Back in 2021, when NFTs were going to the moon, Mahomes launched a curated collection of his craziest highlights in NFT and physical form. Each one of the collectibles is individually numbered, and prices start at $500 for a card pack, with sales so far reaching almost $4 million. Part of the proceeds are donated to his charity foundation, setting records as the highest-earning NFT drop associated with any athlete, generating over $3.7 million. Having a collection from another universe is one thing, but what happened when he bought something that's actually destroying the planet? Well, sorta. Being one of the most recognized figures in all of sports does have its perks, especially owning his own private jet, such as the Challenger 300 private jet, which can go over 700 miles per hour. This jet has enough space to accommodate his entire team, with a full kitchen and a restroom spacious enough for the dude to take his MVP dumps. The cost of flying high like that is worth $20 million, but Mahomes wanted to take it to a whole other level. So he became a brand ambassador and share owner for the jet provider AirShare. Think of it kind of like owning a timeshare in a condo, except instead of sharing a condo with an old couple, you share ownership of a private jet with other rich celebrities like Patrick Mahomes. Pat's partnership with AirShare gives him access to an entire fleet of 50 private jets to use whenever they're available, like when he's cutting multi-million-dollar business deals. But all of this flying around the world got him into some heat when the public noted the negative impact of private jets like his on the environment. These jets are recognized for harmful carbon dioxide emissions. In just the past 3 years, private jets similar to Mahomes's have collectively released over 5.3 million tons of this gas, exceeding the emissions of the entire country of Uganda with a population of over 46 million people. But that didn't faze Mahomes as he continued to fly across the globe. However, at least that's not as bad as him investing in his addiction. In an interview, Patrick mentioned that he used to have a nasty ketchup addiction as a kid and would eat a ketchup sandwich almost every day. "What's your deal with ketchup? You're a weirdo," he was asked. "Yeah, it's actually gotten a lot better as I've gotten older. When I was young, I used to eat ketchup sandwiches, just bread and ketchup. So, that is disgusting, bro." Could have been the first person to go to rehab for being addicted to ketchup. Patrick is now spending big money on his cravings instead by bringing his favorite fast food restaurant, Whataburger, to Kansas City. In 2022, Mahomes became a partner in a group that opened the first ever Whataburger in KC. The line for the grand opening to get a piece of Pat's meat got so big that it shut down traffic, and even the police had to step in to keep the peace. The Kansas City area's Department of Transportation tweeted warnings for people to use caution and be courteous. This was just the beginning, as the investor group Patrick is a part of has already opened 6 Whataburgers, with plans to open as many as 30 in Missouri and Kansas over the next 5 to 6 years. Mahomes also enjoys normal people food too, like a well-cooked steak. That's why he and best bro Travis Kelce are partnered up on something called 15 and the Mahomes, a play on both their jersey numbers, to create a steak house so he can eat steak with ketchup. Patrick Mahomes' investment portfolio is extensive and impressive, but that's a story for another time. Don't forget to pound that like and subscribe button just like you would a cold brew to wash down your steak. Besides ketchup and steak, Patrick also has an insatiable appetite for luxury and success. Patrick Mahomes' appetite for sneakers is legendary. His sneaker closet is actually a sneaker room. More like the size of a studio apartment. Hey Google, it's showtime. You got it. Oh my god, the sneaker studio even has windows so that his kicks, which include a pair of Yeezy Triple Black 750s and Game of Thrones Night's Watch Ultra Boosts, can enjoy a view of his lush, manicured backyard. The shoe collection is easily worth between $50,000 to $100,000, which is nothing compared to what Mahomes dropped on his other collection. Following his first Super Bowl ring in 2020, Pat thought that his girlfriend, Brittany, should also have her own oversized iced out ring. So he bought her an 8 to 10 carat emerald cut diamond ring worth $800,000. That's more than the cost of a nice house at the end of the cul-de-sac. While this may be the most expensive piece of jewelry he's dropped a bag on, he's got plenty of others, like his ridiculous watch collection, which includes a Cartier Santos, a couple of Rolex Yacht Masters and Day-Dates, and even a Rolex Daytona Rainbow that goes for $150,000. Mahomes is now at the fictitious 50-cent level of choosing which whip to drive by what matches his clothes and watches. Speaking of whips, Homeboy has more than a few to choose from ultra-luxurious to super-fast sports cars. Bat's garage is all pro, just like its owner. But he didn't even buy one of his first cars, the Genesis G70. He won it after being named the MVP of the 2019 Pro Bowl and probably just gave it to his toddler to play with. With multiple homes in different states, it's a good thing he never has to spend a dime on plane tickets. Between him and T Swifty jetting around the country, they could nearly cut off our entire oxygen supply. Like any shrewd investor, Patrick not only wanted to take over the NFL, but he also wanted to take over other sports as well. That's all from being the youngest owner in pro sports history, thanks to his 1% stake in MLB's Kansas City Royals. Now worth $12 million, as the Royals were recently valued at $1.2 billion. He also has an equity stake in MLS's Sporting KC soccer team and even invests in a performance recovery technology company, High Price. Mahomes is on his way to becoming a young light-skinned Warren Buffett. These, along with his interests in his army of Whataburger restaurants and the upcoming 1587 Prime Steakhouse, are pretty nice. But Patrick's latest investment could be his fastest growing yet. Late last year, Pat, along with other investors including Anthony Joshua, Rory McIlroy, and Travis Kelce, put up $200 million for a stake in a Formula One team, Alpine Racing. Given that F1 is the world's fastest-growing sports league, Mahomes' back could get even bigger before he wins another Super Bowl. And that's pretty crazy because, unlike Mahomes, there are other NFL players out there that are flat-out embarrassing themselves. Like in this video right here, where a player crapped his pants, and there was even a group of players that threw the stupidest party in NFL history. There was even a player that came from the future to embarrass his own team. I don't even know how that's possible, so you've got to click on this video to find out. Go ahead and click the video, and I'll see you there in a few seconds.